What's up, guys? It's a hot one over here. I got the Civic out of the trailer. I'm gonna start working on it. You can see I already fixed the window. I've got some more things to do. But yeah, I think first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start cleaning this thing. Because goddamn, there's a lot of shit in there. So let's get to it. So I've been going through this car, kind of cleaning some of the stuff out. So this intercooler was just like left in there, and like I just assumed it was some cheapy eBay deal. I fucking look at it and I go, that's a fucking Gretty intercooler. That's fucking dope. Check out all this other shit that was in there. There's a bunch of couplers, T-bolt clamps, a whole shitload of turbocharger gaskets, fittings, like a spring for maybe a blow-off valve or something. There was some injector, like adapters, spacers. There's a couple distributors. I think one's a B16, get a single cam. There's a bunch of mounts. There's some lug nuts. All sorts of goodies in here. Okay, so one of the first things I think I'm gonna tackle, I actually decided before I clean the interior completely, because I think it's more important to do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand down all of this like spot rust, and then some of this is actually pretty deep, so I'm gonna scrape all this seam sealer back and grind all that shit out of there. If I have to, I'll weld it back together, but basically I just want to fix it because that just, you know, if it continues to stay like that, it's just gonna get worse, and I don't want this car to rot out. So we're gonna fix this rust, paint it up, and then I can work in the interior while this is drying. I got most of the crap shaved off on this side. You can see why I wanted to fix this. Like this right here, this is like this piece of metal is like completely rusted through. I might even have to cut that section out. But yeah, I'm gonna end up getting here, wire wheel, grinder, whatever, grind all this stuff smooth so I can paint it. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on there. I mostly just want it to look a little bit better. I'm not trying to, you know, shave the whole bay or anything like that. I just want to clean it up and, you know, prevent it from rusting in the future. So let's move to this side because I haven't got to this one yet. As you can see, I started getting in there, and oh man, that area is way worse than I thought it was. There's a freaking hole, like all this metal's compromised. I'm definitely gonna have to do some cutting and welding for sure. So I'm gonna get this seam off there. You can see it's kind of rusty all the way up in there, kind of towards the battery. So I'm gonna have to take the battery tray out. I pulled the cover off of this and I was like, Jesus. There's so much shit in here. Oh my God, I bet there's so much corrosion in this box. I might have to trash this freaking wiring harness, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna get this out of the way, battery tray, get all this wiring out of the way so I can actually see what I'm working with on this side, see how bad it is. This side isn't as bad, it kind of stops right in there. There's a little bit on those nuts on the inside, but I think I'll be able to just grind or, you know, polish them with, you know, wire wheel or something and then go back and paint them. But this side, this is gonna be a whole thing. Okay, so I got all the wiring and everything's kind of out of the way. I took the headlights out. I decided at this point, because I've already got to do this whole freaking area, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything in front of the firewall. I'm not going to do the firewall because I'm not taking all those brake lines off, but I guess I'm going to do literally all of this because, I mean, you know, if I'm going to paint that and make it look all nice, I might as well fix this because it's got a little spot rust everywhere and shit, and get rid of the sticker. Yeah, do the whole thing, I guess. I don't know how much attention I'll spend to the bottom, but I'll do a little bit. It's so much more work. This side is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to end up jacking this thing up, and I'm gonna have to sand the whole inside of this strut tower. You can kind of see up in here, that whole thing is all rusty, so I'm gonna have to clean all that shit up and paint it under there, probably undercoat it. This side isn't as bad, but I think it's gonna need a little bit. You can't quite see it. Yeah, there you go. You can see a little bit of rust like trying to come through. So I'm sure that hole, if I scrape all that crap off, it'll be similar, but at least it won't be a hole. So much work. Oh man, guys, this really sucks. I've been at it with like various different wire wheels for a while. And I mean, I'm getting there. I mean, I'm getting the majority of it. This area is still really tough to get in at, and I'm gonna end up having to cut a bunch of this out because I started hitting here, and then I realized it's rusted all the way up underneath there. So I think that whole section might have to come out of there. I don't know, but I mean, I'm kind of getting in there. These areas are really, really tough to get into because I don't have anything that really does really good. I've got some small, really small ones, so I might try that here later. But I mean, we're getting there slowly but surely. So I started working on under here because it was kind of rusty here. Started cleaning that up. This was all super rusty. Started going down to here. Oh, fuck. Yeah, she's rusted through right there, all the way into the car. So I've got another spot that I need to weld and patch and whatever. God damn it. I just threw some like filler primer on all those spots. I put some like rust fix kind of spray stuff on there, let it dry, and then I did this filler primer. Just going through just to, keep it from rusting even worse now. And then once this dries, I'll start sanding. I'm probably gonna have to put some, probably gonna have to lay some Bondo in a couple spots to fix some of that crap. This one, obviously, I still gotta figure out how far I'm gonna cut it. But I figured for now, I know for a fact up in there, it'll be fine just to primer it that along this edge. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how much I gotta cut out of there. All right, we're getting a little bit of somewhere. I cut some more of that out. I've been grinding the backside. I cut more of this. I might actually end up, I don't know, I might cut more of that off of there. I went over this with some more primer. Honestly, I think I might just leave this shit because it's not that big of a deal. We're not going for a show car, so I think it'll probably be fine to just paint it. I need to do some more sanding, obviously, but I mean, it's coming together. It's starting to look better. Definitely a lot more work to do. This hole down here, I cut it a little bit. I started doing some primer up in this edge and whatnot to seal that stuff in. Need to make some patch panels for here and that other side and weld them in. So that might be next on the agenda. All right, I welded that patch panel in there. This was like, I had to cut it all the way back, and then I welded it along here to get it back together. Grinded it down. I'm gonna lay some filler on there. So we can fill that in. I think I'm just gonna seam seal over this whole thing because I've bought some brand new seam sealer. Really, let's keep that moisture out of there so it doesn't rust again, hopefully. All right, got this whole front end primer. Got the whole bottom of the radius support and everything. This area still needs a little bit of touch up. I'm gonna have to go over it and sand it. I might do a little bit more filler. I don't know. It's realistically, it really doesn't matter that much. Like I said, it's not a show car, but yeah, I'll probably clean it up to some degree, but it's it's coming together. It's all not looking too bad. Hell yeah. Waiting on some of that primer to dry right now. So I'm in here like cleaning this shit out. Dude, just look at all these fucking walnuts. Just, oh my God, there's so much. Jesus. Apparently this thing is had squirrels living in it too. Just, oh my God. All right, primer's good enough. I'm not gonna spend too much more time on it because I mean it's not perfect, but it's also not a show car, and realistically the only reason I was doing it to stop all the rust, make it look a little bit better. So I'm gonna paint it, and no, I'm not using the gun. I just got had the paint supply place make me on some paint, and this shit actually works pretty good, especially for engine bays. Yeah, we're gonna see what we can pull off here. Well, coat one is on there. I was having some problems at first. It was like splattering. Then I realized my glove was like hanging over the tip of it. like an idiot, but I fixed that. Yeah, we'll smooth it out on the next run. It's not that big of a deal. I'm getting a little bit of overspray in the trailer, but it's nothing you'll ever notice, and I don't really care. It's a trailer. But it's, yeah, it's coming together. It's really hard to tell where the gray is and where the white is for sure, because there's not great lighting right here. It's really overcast today. I'm getting weird shadows, but it, yeah, I think it'll be fine. So let's wait for it to dry a little bit, and then we'll hit it with the second coat. All right, all the white base coats on there. Looking pretty good. Got some overspray in a couple places I didn't really mean to, but that's all right. We can, yeah, we can fix that if we have to. But I mean, it's considering how little amount of time I actually spent on this, it's not too bad. I mean, there's a little wrinkle there because I didn't really, like I said, I didn't go too deep with trying to smooth that section out. But honestly, compared to the way it was, not terrible. It's passable as far as I'm concerned. Just gotta let it dry a little bit, and then we'll hit it with some clear, which is kind of funny because if you look at the firewall, it's gonna look so nice up here, but not so much back there. But I don't have time to do the firewall, so we're just doing the front. All right, guys. I know it doesn't look very shiny because it's really kind of overcast and I'm in the shade, but she's blinging. It's yeah, she's pretty shiny. I got 2 coats of clear on it. It's looking pretty good now. I don't know if you can even, yeah, you can kind of see how shiny it is there. It's really deceptive because of the shade, but it looks good. It looks good. And here we are with all the tape off. Hell yeah, turned out really good. Pretty happy with that. Definitely could have taped up the sticker a little bit better. Definitely need to get rid of these rusty ass things, or at least clean them up for sure. But other than that, definitely looks a million times better. Back out here again, sweating my dick off, working on this thing. Obviously I had that painted. So now I got more parts. We got the engine. We got it's a JDM B20B. Got a just LS tranny. We got all sorts of parts in here. I just went over to my buddy's house, picked up all sorts of shit. He had a new header. I don't know what it is. Probably just some eBay thing. I got some random pieces of exhaust I can weld up. Got some Integra seats, front and rear. All sorts of stuff. A lot of the parts that we needed to finish this. We've also got. I just took the transmission off. It was actually like complete when I picked it up. Power washed it pretty good. It's really clean, honestly. Like after power washing, it looks pretty good. So I'm not even gonna worry about painting it because it's pretty good. And because this was an HMO B20B, like apparently they must powder coat these things like before they ship them out or something. Because this valve cover is perfect. Like I power washed that thing and there is not a scratch on it, and it looks like it's like brand new powder coat or something. So we're just gonna leave it. Might do a red one down the road, but at the moment it looks fucking great. However, I started tearing into it, and so I had the wrong post mount on there. I needed to put this one on there, which is like the 3-bolt, because that's the mount that I have, because I've got like, you know, this style. The 2-bolt mount, I pulled it off of there, and when I did that, the threads all came out of the block on one of the holes. So I gotta go to the parts store and get a helo coil kit, because I don't have this size, which really sucks, because I know those things are freaking expensive. So I'm gonna have to go get that. In the meantime, I've been working on the rear main seal. So I got the rear main seal out of it. It didn't really need one, but I was like, you know what, we're in here, we're gonna do it. So I got another one. Gonna throw that in there, slam the transmission back on. The clutch that was in there that my buddy gave me, it's like some Clutch Max thing. I think that's some eBay brand, some 6-puck. It's got some life left in it. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, it should be good. We're still getting there. Braden is over here. He's been painting things, so things aren't all rusty. We like painted up this transmission mount and stuff. So we're getting there. Oh, the other thing I should mention on this engine that we picked up from my buddy, it's got like a blocks intake manifold. It had a skunk tooth throttle body on there, so that's pretty nice, good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna put this rear main in here, slam this tranny on here, and then I guess I'm gonna make a trip to the parts store to get this freaking helo coil kit. Son of a bitch. got this one repaired. Thought I was doing good. Right. Went to this one. Of course. This one fucking stripped out. This stripped out. I've just fixed this. Now I gotta helicoil this. Luckily I already had a helicoil kit, so I don't have to go to the fucking store. God, this is kicking my ass. Well, we got the engine in. We didn't get to the point of putting the front bracket on. We started doing it, and as you can see, it started downpouring. So we kind of ran out of time today. So yeah, I mean, at least it's in there. You know, it looks good. We only got a couple minor scratches, not a big deal. Something we can touch up paint. But yeah, she's in, guys. That's good. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. Because obviously I can't do much because it's freaking raining now, and I'm already soaked, and I got other shit to do. So. Yeah, engine in the car. That's a big plus. There's a tremendous amount more to do, like the whole interior, making it run, suspension, all those things. So, yeah, there's a lot more to come. But for the moment, like, subscribe, do all the things. Peace out.